Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got some more amazing thrift flip videos for you. For this project, I have got two candlesticks. I paid $6.99 and $5.99. Plus these two baskets. I got them from two different thrift stores, but these baskets were a set. The candlesticks were a set. Unfortunately, everything was priced individually. So far here, I've got $19 into these items. I'm going to give them a paint job, attach the baskets to the candlesticks, and see what kind of profit we can make. Come on, buddy! I'll need to remove the metal tops here so I can attach my baskets, and they proved a little troublesome, but I got them. I'm painting these candlesticks matching in DIY White Swan. I've got a Cleon R12 brush, which is going to be great at getting in all of those little nooks and crannies. One coat of coverage here, looking pretty good. I'm not looking for exactly perfect coverage because we are going to do just a bit of distressing, but I don't want it to look streaky and I need to get the tops painted. This highly pigmented clay-based paint does provide some amazing coverage. It's water soluble. I could do some wet distressing, but since the candlesticks were real wood, I wanted to use sandpaper. I've got some 220 grit and I'm just going along the high points. To easily seal them up, I've grabbed my clear wax. It's a very soft, buttery smooth wax. I just use a chip brush and apply it evenly to the entire candlestick. These baskets were lined for plants. I don't think they were ever actually used, but I want to remove the plastic liner. I just cut off the thread with some scissors and pull that out. Now I've got two beautiful baskets for my candlesticks. I drilled a pilot hole down into my wooden candlestick and I'm drilling one through the basket as well. Now I grab a screw, place it through a washer, and put that through my hole. Now I can simply just screw my basket onto my candlestick. After painting products, I invested about $16 into this project, and they sold very quickly on my website at $64.95, turning quite the quick thrift flip profit. Now, I do have another pair of candlesticks available for the same kind of makeover. I have a picture of them here. If you would like to purchase them, I will link them down below. If you're a new subscriber here, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. And if you're wondering where to get all of the paint, products, and flips I'm showing, upcycledbybrie.com is my website. I will link it down in the description box below for you as well. Project today, I have got to get these shutters completed. They have sold and I need to get them shipped. Now, it did say in the description box I was going to cover up these old hearts. So I have some little basswood here. I'm just going to cut that down and we can glue it over the top. Now I have a Cricut machine I could have used and cut out this wood, but I wanted to show y'all how you could do it at home as well. So I just measure my square and mark it out here on my wood, and then I'm just going to score my wood with a straight razor. I cut most of the way through and then I'm able to just snap it easily in half. First up, I'm going to use some DIY White Swan and paint my little basswood square with a couple of quick coats. For the actual shutter itself, I'm using DIY weathered wood, which is a beautiful gray-brown color. I'm gonna hit it with some white wax and it's going to be gorgeous. The finish that was on here was okay, a little dated and kind of just looked a little dirty. Now, before I painted, I did wipe these down with just a little bit of regular old glass cleaner and a cloth and kind of worked on getting some of the dust out of these creases. Now I'm going to take some of my Ultimate Wood Glue. I left this part unpainted and I left the back unpainted. That way the adhesion will be better. What a simple, easy way to cover up an old, outdated shutter. There we go. Now we'll let it all dry. Now that our project is dry, I'm going to be taking a part of the classic vintage labels. These are the new redesign with Prima transfers that I carry on my site. This is one of my favorite ones by far. I'm gonna grab a couple of these and place them up here on my squares. I'm gonna go with this beautiful image here and then the simple rose without any more words. I think those two will look great together since this is a pair of shutters. But look at these beautiful images. I can't get over all of the detail. We've got some bees, flowers. There are labels on this one. So lots of different kind of French country styles. Look at the cute little bees here. I'm in love. I'll just simply cut out the designs I want to use. And then we'll put the rest back. You don't want these to come unrolled and end up sticking to each other or anything like that, because you will ruin your transfers. And that would be very sad. Now that I have it cut out, I'm just going to remove the plastic off of the paper backing and place it here on the white square. I'm gonna eyeball it. You could totally measure this. The transfers do have some grid lines on them, so that helps you line it up. I usually do pretty well, just eyeballing. Once you place it down though, it's stuck, so don't try to lift it back up. Now I'll just rub it down a little with my fingers, make sure it's in place. Then I'll grab the enclosed rubbing stick and we're going to start rubbing over the top of the plastic. As you do that, your transfer image will start peeling off of the plastic and transferring onto your project. Notice I did not seal the white paint beforehand. If I put any kind of oil or wax on it, the transfer would not stick. If you think you should seal your project first, maybe you're doing a big furniture piece or you're just worried about quality, make sure you use like a liquid patina or Sweet Pickins top coat, something clear and liquid, nothing oily or waxy. As I'm rubbing, I'm lifting this. That's a method called riding the wave. Makes it a little bit quicker. Ta-da! Once it's on there, I'm going to take a clean cloth, or I've got a Viva paper towel here, and we're going to rub over the top of the image. This is called burnishing the image, making sure any little air bubbles are out and all of those edges are pressed down well. And it's that easy. It's like a sticker for grown up and takes your projects up a whole another level. Now that the paint and the transfer is done, it is time to seal these up. I have got some beautiful DIY white wax here, and this is going to finish up our weathered look. I like to take a little bit of wax out of the container and place it on the lid. That way I don't end up getting this darker weathered wood paint mixed in. Look at that beautiful consistency. It is so soft and buttery smooth. It makes it so easy to work with. And it's obviously all natural and VOC free. If I'm rubbing it on my skin, So the kids can help you use this paint and wax without any fear of any harsh chemicals. I love that about DIY paint. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit here onto the end of my chip brush. I've got a nice wide chip brush, and I'm kind of doing like a very dry brush effect. I don't want much at all. And then I'll just take it and start lightly feathering across my surface. Since this is a decor piece, I'm only going to seal it with the white wax. If it was a furniture piece, I would probably go over the whole thing with a clear wax first, just to make sure it was a little more durable. But this will be sufficient on a piece of wall decor. I'm also gonna go back and forth. This is called cross hatching. It'll give me a more natural pattern and help pick up on all of those beautiful brush strokes that we get with this nice thick paint. If you don't want too many brush strokes in your DIY paint, you can water it down a bit. You can use a spray bottle and a really nice brush as you're painting, but it is one of the qualities I love about the paint. Now you can see no wax, and wax really starts to bring out some beautiful definition. Put a little bit on the lid, just like the white wax. I'm just using a paper towel here to make it easy. Make sure that this transfer is good and rubbed down. Now again, on a piece of decor, this wax is enough to seal up this transfer. If I was doing a big piece of furniture, I usually top coat over the transfer with an artist brush at least, or maybe I am going to go ahead and spray a clear coat over that whole piece of furniture. And to get the edges to blend in a little bit more, I'm going to be using a little bit of the black wax. I won't need very much black wax at all. I've already applied the clear wax as a little bit of a barrier. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit here in the corners, right over that transfer. Then I've got a brush just with a little bit of clear wax on here, and we'll work on blending that out. I purchased these shutters for $4 and they sold for $39.95 on my site, making this another quick thrift flip. Last week, I sold out of a set of decor boards overnight, and I had a request to show them. It's been a while since I made some, so I grabbed a few pieces of old fence board I got by the side of the road for free, and my jigsaw, and I began to freehand a handle. Once I've got one side cut, I pick up the piece that fell off, I flip it to mirror the image and trace around that. That way I will have the exact same shape on each side of the handle. Then I take my jigsaw and cut out the line that I just drew. I shorten the decor board down and round off the bottom edges just a bit. Again, I usually just eyeball this. I like my boards to look old and decrepit, not exactly perfect. Once it's all cut, I've got my orbital sander here with some 120 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going along and smoothing down all of my rough edges. Then I take my drill, and I've got a wood bit attachment. This is a 1/4 inch to make some bigger holes. And some of the smaller handles, I just use a regular drill bit to drill a hole, and I will link those down in my Amazon shop below if you need some wood bits. I've had these mixed metal angels since around Christmas time. I thrifted them, and y'all, they didn't sell. I was actually really surprised. but we are going to actually take them apart and salvage them for the pieces. I've got now some great thin copper and brass salvage to work with. Once I have them taken apart, I use some metal cutters here. I should be wearing some gloves as well. Y'all wear gloves if you do this. And I begin to cut my salvage pieces down into usable strips. Then I began to round off the edges on these, make them look a little older by banging them up with a hammer, and I start laying them out onto my decor boards. I use a simple tack to start tacking the copper repairs onto my boards, and I love the way it's looking so far. What do y'all think about this idea? Drop me a comment down below. Once they're all repaired, I want to antique up the edges, so I grab my DIY clear wax and Sweet Pickins grit. This is like an antiquing powder. This is a gray color, so it's perfect to blend in with my weathered wood edges. And I go ahead and I antique the edges of all the decor boards, and I hit around my repairs just a little bit to make it look like dirt and grime has grown around the repairs over time. Here's a look at the boards once I have them all complete. I love how this set came out, and they are available for purchase in my Upcycled wood, metal, and hardware collection. Y'all be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite project from today's video was. I'd have to say decor boards always win my heart. Every set I make comes out unique and special. If y'all are loving these thrift flip videos, please be sure to hit the thumbs up and send it out to a friend who may enjoy it as well. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to all so you won't miss any new videos. Till next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, friends.